Are you going to ask me any questions? This is the part where you just like close by, you know, letting me talk.
Okay. Okay. Oh man, this is on the spot. I like this stuff. Where do you see protest music going from here? Because you know, you talked about how there's still resistance, but like, where do you see protest hip hop in particular going? Do you see it being a big movement, or because you study the scene? So.
I think for me, I see it going more in the direction of negative space, like what we talked about, where people are not really, generally speaking, not really being outspoken, but are finding ways to express the realities of their lives in a way that if you're listening, if you really listen, you see that as an indictment on our very unjust and oppressive society, right? So 2018 into 2019 came this new kind of urban sound that we now call Gengetone. Yeah, Gengetone. It was, I can see you shaking your head about Gengetone. But for me, I've written a little bit about Gengetone, and for me, I see the protest in that music, you know? This is a generation of artists that are speaking out against the bleakness of their lives, living in a kind of nihilism that's really hard to express, except through shallowness, right? But if you sit down and listen to like the lives of people who are, especially that like wave of Gengetone that came in like 2018, 2019, the bleakness will really like get you off your moral high horse and realize like what are the strains in our society that have produced this kind of music. What does it say about Nairobi? What does it say about Kenya in the 21st century? That 20-year-olds can create music from a place of such deep hopelessness that the only thing that you can do is like just celebrate now in the moment, because who knows about tomorrow, you know? Yeah. I have much more to say about Gengetone, but I think I'll leave it there. I think the Kenyan sound has grown so much since, you know, those years that I was talking about. And Kenyan artists are always responding to the reality of being Kenyan, right? That authenticity, that strain of like keeping it real is always there if you're listening for it. Yeah, it's always there if you care about it, if you're caring to listen to it. To close, now we are closing, I will say that for me, where I find something that I find very authentic in Kenyan music is like in old school gospel crusade music, praise and worship crusade music, that is always asking for God's help and God's intervention. You know, that is asking God to intervene in our lives. We always sing about God's power. You know, uwezo, 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 right? But when you look at this like white inflected music, it's always talking about abstractions, the beauty of holiness. What is that? You know, the universe is filled with your splendor. What are we saying, guys? We need God to intervene in our situation. So for me, that to me is protest music, because it's refusing to like abstract the divine, and instead it's saying, God, if you can do something about the situation, do it now. Otherwise, why are we worshiping you? Yeah. Thank you so much for coming today. Yeah, just do it. For me, that's protest music. Thank you so much for making it here. We are right on time. I was aiming to finish at 7:15 because I know that Uber is crazy. They decide to not be available after 7. So I think we have enough time to like get home. But I just want to say thank you again for coming, everyone who made it here. A very special thank you to Marcus. Thank you for honoring us. This is a regular series that we are going to be having here at Baraza. So look out for our next announcements on who we're having next, who I'm going to sit down with next here at Baraza. Tell your friends, share this link. If you're watching this on YouTube, comment, share, like this, subscribe. We are now, subscribe. Let's do it. I have to do it. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, so thank you so much, and look out for our next announcements. If you're not subscribed to Baraza's newsletter, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing if you're not reading Barua ya Baraza? Please go to our website, barazalab.com, and sign up for our newsletter, and we will see you again on the next Baraza session.